Some people are dangerous for you. I'm telling you, they're dangerous. They're not dangerous because they carry a gun. They're not dangerous because they carry a knife. They're not dangerous because they have anger problems. They're not dangerous because they are your sworn enemies or anything like that. Well, actually, they are an enmity towards you, but not the way you think. Anyone that refuses to let go of the negative, everyone that persists in remaining as they are, even when they know that they need to improve, they need to change, such people, after a while, they'll begin to bind you. They don't want to move forward, they don't want to be a movement, they are passive aggressive, and they want others to be just like them, so they are at ease. Such people will speak bondage in your circumstances. They'll speak bondage in your life. If you have great news, because your book has been published, they'll say, well, good, your book has been published, but how are you going to get an income? You can't live from that, blah, blah, blah. They will cancel out the great news just shared with them because they want to express their pessimistic way of seeing things. They want to feel gratified by expressing their bad outcomes that they are holding on to. And their bad outcome means that nothing good will come from your book, that nothing good will come from you, or that something good can come from you, but not that much. They are in the negative. So when you come with great news, they will cancel it out with their comments, or with their attitude, or just pretend you never said it to them. Such people, I don't care if they're your parents or children, whoever they are, remove yourself from them, lower your contact, and when possible, break all contact. Don't share anything with them, neither struggles nor success. Don't. I'm telling you, there are people who've died prematurely due to stress, or due to accidents, or due to misfortune, and the misfortune was provoked and invoked by people around them that spoke bondage into their affairs. And the way they spoke bondage into their affairs were often in the form of concern, advice, or suggestion. There are people that died prematurely in very bad manners due to suggestive witchcraft. There are people that end up in jail due to suggestive witchcraft. There are people that ended up in cursed marriages, in cursed relationships, where they were beaten and exploited due to suggestive witchcraft. I'm telling you, there are people that develop cancer, all kinds of physical sicknesses. There are people carrying terminal sicknesses with them that was invoked and provoked by suggestive witchcraft. For example, let's say you have Johanna. Johanna has the ability to paint and to draw beautifully. When she paints and draws, you think it's like Rembrandt or Van Gogh or Michelangelo, one of those famous artists. When she paints, you think, whoa. But here's the thing, her relatives had no interest in development. Her relatives were, we go to our job, we have drinks at the weekend, and that's life. They didn't want to evaluate their way of thinking, nor move forward, nor anything like that. So when she, as a kid or as a teenager, showed her talent, they brushed it off as if it was nothing. They thought you're not famous, why should we pay attention to you? They refused to see the potential she had. Some saw it, but they thought it wasn't important because it's just Johanna. I'm going to give two storylines. In one storyline, Johanna wanted to please her parents. She refused to see how bitter-minded her parents were. So she completed her studies at Harvard University. She got a job in finance, and she had a career in finance. She even got married to a guy, and the guy was just like her father. Because she was attracted to, actually she became attracted to the type of man her father was, without her being aware of it. But the guy she married was just like her dad. No prospect, no visions, no content in his thinking, just, well, I'm alive, I go to work, weekends a pub, and then I die. So what happened? Johanna ended up having to prove herself that she was worth it. But here's the thing, she didn't have to. Because those people didn't even care that she had a great career and all. In contrary, some began to accuse her that she thought she was something because she had a career. She earned all that money. At age 35, Johanna developed terminal cancer, and at age 50, she passed away. Her life has been shortened and snatched away from her. How? The people around her spoke bondage into her circumstances. By doing that, they provoked and invoked spirits of sickness that eventually caused her body to become sick, and she died. She had no kids. Her marriage was a mess because the guy she was with, well, no woman in her right mind would pick that guy. Her perception was blurred. And here's the thing, her career exhausted her mentally, emotionally, and physically. Now, that's one storyline. In the second storyline, Johanna realized that her parents are out of their mind. With their cynical, bitter attitude, she lowered contact, and eventually she broke contact when she was in her early 20s. She drew over 300 excellent paintings. At age 30, she hired those paintings to museum, and she got paid for it. The income she had by renting those paintings was over 4,000 a month, which was twice her wages. So she had an income of 6,000 a month in her 30s. And around age 40, man, she could have retired already. And let's say now she did retire at age 45, and now she traveled around with her kids and her husband around the world. She kept drawing, and she died at age 105. Now, the second storyline is a blessed one. The first one is an accursed one. But let me tell you, a lot of people are walking into an accursed storyline. Why? Because they have people around them that aren't good for them. They have people around that are dangerous for them. They just don't want to see it. Now, I'm telling you, when you see it, see it. Don't try to unsee what you saw. When you see it, see it. Take responsibility for what you noticed and take the proper actions. I'm telling the truth here. Some people will speak sickness into your affairs. They will speak poverty, they will speak financial trouble. Listen, there are people with a lot of misfortune today, and the only reason they have those misfortunes is because they have people around them that keep speaking bondage into their circumstances. That's why I'm telling you, be very selective who you share your victories with. Of course, if you have social media, you can put your victory out there. There's nothing wrong with showing your victory publicly. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But beware who you share it with directly. Sometimes don't share it publicly at all until way later. And especially your struggles. Do not reveal your struggles to everyone, especially to those close to you. Sometimes it's far better to share your struggles with a complete stranger, because a complete stranger may see more of your circumstances than you do. It can be that you don't see that your relatives are treating you poorly, or that certain friends aren't really operating as friends. You may not see that anymore. But a stranger, when you share your struggles with him or her, may think further and think, hold on a minute. You went through this difficulty. You couldn't find a place to live. You had a job. What about your relatives? They have jobs also. Why didn't they help you out? And then you realize, hold on a minute, those people should have helped me out. They asked me and demanded me to be there for them, but the strangers telling the truth, why aren't they there for me? That conversation with that stranger, whether he or she is born again or not, will enlighten you, will open your eyes. I'm telling you, there are times it's better to keep your mouth shut, not because you're annoying for speaking, not because your speaking is a crime, not because you can't speak or that you shouldn't speak, but there are times it's better for you not to reveal your struggles and successes with certain people. I'm telling you, sometimes complete strangers are far more generous to you. And they don't even have to be believers. Sometimes complete strangers are far more generous and beneficial to you than those you grew up with or those you spent years with. Don't let time fool you. I'm telling you, don't let time fool you. Some people are dangerous for you. Look, if someone comes with a knife to you, want to rob you, of course the individual is dangerous at that moment, but that's only momentarily. After the individual has your wallet or your purse, he's gone. Or if someone is out of his mind and wants to kill you, you can just pick up a gun or pick up a stone, knock him out, and it's over. But people that remain in the negative and bind you with their negative thinking, those are far more dangerous because you don't sense the danger immediately, but the danger will work out. As someone that overcame a lot of psychic violence, I'm telling you, do not share much with people that don't want to be in movement. If you spend your day speaking to people who have nothing going on, the only thing they have is a job and some relief in the weekend, whether it's drinking or partying or to church or whatever it is. If they have nothing going on, then why are you investing so much time with them? Can they contribute to your growth? Can they contribute to your safety? Can they contribute to you being alert? Can they enable open doors for you? Can they operate as a guard when danger's coming? Can they keep predators away from you? Can they alert you for predators? No, because they're not active. They have nothing going on for them. So why do you keep spending time with them? Look, I'm not telling you to become arrogant. You're not arrogant, you're being realistic. There is this rapper, 50 Cent. Okay? I believe his real name is Curtis Jackson III or something like that. But this guy, you can look it up for yourself. He used street language, slang, with a bit of rough language. I'm not going to repeat exactly what he said there. But he said it like this. If you spend your day speaking to someone who isn't moving forward at all, he can't offer you any good information, and the conversation with such an individual will be useless. 50 Cent made plain he doesn't talk to such people. Even if they invite them, they are welcome and open to it. Now, he's not being an arrogant gangster here. He's being practical and realistic. But here's the thing, a lot of dudes that listen to 50 Cent over the years, they don't pay attention to such stuff. Yes, he sings about gangster lifestyle and all that crap, but he also gives practical knowledge to his listeners. But those people that idolize 50 Cent don't even honor their idol, because their idol is giving them practical advice that will benefit them, but they don't do it. Look, the reason I gave that example of 50 Cent is to show you that there are even unbelievers, those outside of Christ, that have this understanding that some people are just dangerous for you. Me, even though it took a while for me to recognize some people like that, when I recognized it, I lowered my contact and I eventually broke contact with them. The world tells you to break contact with someone when you feel like it, or when you don't sense any, the world tells you to go no contact up for the most dumb reasons. I tell you to lower contact and if necessary break all contact only when it relates to your safety. Your safety matters, your life matters. And anyone that keeps speaking bondage into your circumstances do not belong in your life. They don't. They'll only burden you, they only release demons into your affairs, and they will only enable harm in your way. They will enable harm on you, they will. Well, that's it for now. Agree with Christ and be at peace.